This past weekend saw IEM Chicago take place, and with it, Liquid looking to continue their reign on the CSGO world, and every other team hoping to take their throne. In today's video, I'm going to recap everything that happened at IEM Chicago, as well as everything you might have missed. The first game saw a coldless MRBR take on the French powerhouse of G2, and this game went as expected as the firepower of G2 overcame the Brazilians. Even with Fire and Fool and both having a solid series, MRBR were held to single digits on both Overpass and Dust 2. With Shoxy's clean aim and Kenny S looking like the Kenny S of old, as well as supporting cast of Lucky Jackson and Amnek stepping up, G2 managed to book their place in the great Group 8 winners match. This also meant that they had a date with either Team Envious or Team Liquid, and ultimately a win in that series would book their place in the United Center to play in front of the crowd. The next series saw hometown favourites Team Liquid take on Team Envious in an all-American affair, and this was just complete and utter domination from round 1 to the very last round, as Liquid had every answer to Team Envious, and Envious only managed to get 6 rounds on 2 maps of Vertigo. The final game of that day would see Team Vitality, led by Zywu, take on the Danish team of Heroic, with many people thinking this should have been a straightforward affair for the French team, and ultimately them taking it 2-0. However, Heroic had something to say about that. He came out swinging and managed to take the first map of Overpass in a 16-14 affair. And with this momentum and all their players stepping up, with Starvin being especially having a good series, they went on to Nuke, which had become a home favourite for the Danish team. And they would ultimately use this momentum, as well as absolutely insane individual performances, as well as an absolutely nuts hold from Starvin, as well as Blame's entries. They managed to overcome Team Vitality on Nuke and take the series 2-0 to book their place in the Group B winners match. This meant that they with Ench or Renegades would give them a chance to win the series, as well as go on to play in front of the United Center and the American crowd. It also showed the whole world that Heroic were here to play, and that the underdog tag should probably be removed from them. The final group game saw Ents take on Team Renegades, with Ents looking to bounce back after a lackluster performance at ESL 1 Cologne. However, Renegades would be standing in their way with the exact same agenda. They had a shock in ESL 1 Cologne and wanted to prove in Chicago that that was also a fluke. However, Ents started showing signs that Cologne may have just been an off event, as they looked to world-beating form after taking Inferno convincingly, despite JKS having an absolutely nuts game. The combination of Sergey, Alu, and Alexi Beautiful. The next series was going to be an absolutely explosive one, with Liquid and G2 facing off, with this being a rematch of the ESL Pro League Finals, in which Liquid took the series 3-1. However, that series all the games were close and could have gone either way. The series kicked off on Dust 2, with G2 being down 9-6 at the half, and they needed a solid T-side to overcome Liquid, and that's what they did, with Kenny S having his absolutely ridiculous aim and looking like the Kenny S of old. G2 outlasted Liquid and took the Dust 2 16. However, they would need to keep it going as they were moving on to Overpass, which has become a home map for Team Liquid, and it showed as they took the T-side 9-6 with Elise clutching out the last round in the very last seconds. G2 did put up a fight, but sadly it wasn't enough, as players such as Naf stepped up and helped Liquid overcome G2 and take Overpass 16-13. This meant that Showdown and Inferno was needed to see who would advance to the playoffs, and Liquid made a statement on their T-side, an absolutely incredible 13 rounds to take the half 13-2, as well as an absolutely ridiculous clutch from Stewie. Shox tried to have the last 8 and tried to bring G2 back into it with a nuts 1v3 clutch, but this wouldn't be enough, as Liquid ultimately held their nerve, and with the help of Elige and Nitro clutching out a 2v2 or 2v3, they would then go on to the next game saw Envy and MRBR fighting for their tournament lives, but prior to the game, sadly Nifty became ill and Envy needed to field a stand-in. However, this wouldn't stop the boys in blue. They put up a fight and took the first map of Inferno 16-11. With someone Sonic having their double up set up on the B side of Inferno, they ultimately managed to take the game and managed to force it to a map 2. They forced it to a map. They had a map 2, however, MLBR overcame, and even though things were looking good on map 3 on Train, they didn't have enough in the tank, as Fallen electrified his team with an outstanding 1v3 clutch. This game would lead to overtime, and MLBR would take it 15-19 and send Team Envious away. The next match would see Team Vitality fighting for their tournament lives against the Aussies of Renegades. The French team needed to bounce back after losing to Heroic, and ultimately needed to gain some more confidence after yet again losing to Heroic. And it showed, as Apex came out swinging and got a 3k in the first 4 rounds, and this would pump start Team Vitality to dominating Mirage. They took the first half 10-5 and would close it out 16-12 before their pick of Dust 2 was waiting. And with this, they won it easily, 16-7 with a convincing CT side of 11-4. With Dust 2 becoming a staple in their map pool, it showed every other team that Dust 2 was definitely going to be a scary place to go if you wanted to play Team Vitality. Also, MBK showed his legendary prowess as he had an absolutely nuts game on Dust 2, and it sent a statement to every other player that he was back and ready to play. The next game saw ENCE take on Heroic, with the winner booking their place in the United Center and into the playoffs. The Danes wanted to cause another upset against a Finnish team, however, ENCE wasn't having any of it, and despite this series being insanely close, they managed to take the series to go. The first map of Overpass, they closed it out with a 6-0, with a nuts performance from Alu showing why he is regarded as one of the best players in the world, as well as them having a solid T-side, showing why Alexi was one of the best in-game teams, and showed they had everything on the cards. They moved on to Nuke, and most performances on Heroic's map pool, ENCE weren't having any of it, as X7 had a ridiculous clutch, demonstrating why he's part of this team, as well as Sergey and Ali both stepping up. ENCE dealt with Heroic and beat them 2-0. The final game of the day saw G2 take on MRBR, and on paper G2 should win this given the striking of MRBR as well as what was at stake. Their tournament lives with the winner advancing to the next stage and the loser ultimately having to go home. But the Brazilians weren't going to make it easy, and they had all the talent to be able to beat G2, and that's what they did with the first map. They took Inferno in a close fashion, 16-11. Despite a Kenny-esque clutch showing why he is back to form and why he should be regarded as one of the best AWPers in the world, MRBR had all the answers. With Dennis having another spray down in the 18th round, it meant that MRBR were hit to play. However, there were signs of life in G2. They managed to claw back 3 rounds before losing the round. Jax showed that his aim was on point, and it meant that we had an absolute game on our hands when it came to Dust 2. And G2 wouldn't miss their chance to take this map. They won their T-side 8-7 before having a solid CT side 10 map 16-12. And what was even more scarier was Jackson team with good form as well as Shoxy showed up as well. And it meant that map 3 of Train was promised to be a treat. We also saw Lucky step up in this Dust 2 game, which gave us the recipe for an absolute classic on Train. And with everything at stake, we knew that this should be good. But that was until MRBR managed to get onto the server and absolutely electrified their team, electrified his team with a nuts deal play in the second round. He managed to kill 3 people with a needle on a force buy, and they ultimately won that round before, in the next round, Zeus clutching up to manage to push the game to the 2-1 scoreline. With this, MRBR never looked back. They dominated from the very first round to the very last round with a convincing 6-6 win, and this meant that the G2 would have to pack their bags and go home. What was even more scary for the competition is MRBR's players were all stepping up, including Zeus, which meant that who matter against MRBR, it was going to be a tough game regardless. This left 1 spot in the playoffs to fight for and gave Vitality a chance to revenge them or Heroic. They would advance to the United Center and be in the playoffs. And Vitality wasted no time in showing that the other game was a fluke and the other series was just them on an off day. They went after Heroic on Mirage with a solid 9-6 CT side, and Zywoo showing why we all love Zywoo and him being one of the most promising players that we've seen in Counter-Strike in a long time. They had a good CT side and then closed out their T side 7-1 with RPK closing out the series with a nice 2k and them winning the first map of Mirage 16-7. And it gave them confidence as they moved on to Dust 2. But Heroic weren't going to roll over easily before they upset Dust 2. With Starvin having a really nice flank in the lower tunnels and being able to take out 2 people before going around to kill RPK, they managed to take the first half of 7. Despite Zywoo's best efforts to single-handedly bring his team back into it with an absolutely nuts clutch in round 21, they just didn't have the answer to Heroic on Dust 2, and they lost this map as well as having to face a map 3 of Overpass to close out the game, which in the past series they didn't have the best of luck on. and which didn't have them was Blame was also back onto his form that we know. He managed to get a sick round and ultimately pushed it to a map 3. But in map 3 he came out swinging with absolutely nuts rounds on his T side, which would propel Vitality to having a solid T side at 37 and be the kickstarter for them to come back in this series and ultimately close out the match with their place in United Centre. Also, David Team Liquid in front of an American crowd and in the absolute historic United Centre, which has been home to many of the great sporting events in Chicago's history. And it was a once in a lifetime opportunity for both teams. With the 4 teams all locked in for the playoff stage, which will be taking place in the United Centre in Chicago, it was time for the games and the teams to live up to the hype. The first semi-final was between ENCE and MRBR, with MRBR looking to cause another upset in the tournament. When the first map kicked off on Mirage, MRBR took a quick 10-5 lead on the T side, and with every round their confidence grew. With Lucas having a nice 3k in the pistol round, MRBR's confidence was only going to get better and they were only become stronger as a team. They would ultimately close out the second half 6-4 and take the first map of Mirage, with Taco having a nice defuse while Zeus covered him, and this propelled them on to Train. Train though would be a different story, as ENCE was not going to roll over easily and they needed a big performance to get them back in the series. Alu and in-game leader Alexi B showed up and dominated Train, and as they won it 16-5. Alu showed why he is still regarded as one of the best AWPers and why ENCE is arguably his best fit in any team that he's been on, and ENCE would take the series, or would take the map to make it 1-0 in the series, and it meant that they would be going onto a map 3, which they would need a big performance to close it out. And that's what happened. On Dust 2, they came out absolutely swinging. Alexi managed to get ace, and behind Orba Alu, their defense held up to be strong with an 11-4 half. Ariel had a nice double entry out of long doors, and they ultimately finished the map 16-7, with Alu dropping 25 kills on the process. They sent MRB over, and final semi-final was promised to be an explosive one. It's number 1 and 2 ranked teams in the world would battle it out on the United Centre stage to see who would break their place in the final and play ENCE. It was even Team Liquid and Team Vitality. Liquid looking to continue their era in CSGO, with Vitality looking to knock them off and get revenge for the ESL finals. However, Liquid just didn't want to go home and showed why they are regarded as one of the best teams to ever play Counter-Strike. With an individual performance from Elysian Twist, as well as Nafly having a ridiculous 1v3 clutch, it meant that Liquid had the recipe and had all the talent to show Vitality why they had no chance in this series. They took the first half pretty convincingly with a 12-3 lead, which meant that Vitality would need to do everything on their T side to secure the game, as well as showing that they had the talent to hang with Liquid. But Liquid, yet again, just didn't want any of it and wanted to show why they are who they are. Every player from Elise to Stewie stepped up, with Stewie having an absolutely nuts round 12 with his AWP. Him and Nitro managed to clutch 2v4, and Stewie hit some pretty ridiculous shots, especially the one on Zybu and a no-scope onto Apex as he was trying to run to kill Stewie to close out the round. From this, Stewie then just sat in the pit and waited for the bomb to take down and hit a nice flick onto MBK. As well as this, on their city side, Anish was sneaky as ever, and he managed to pick up a 3k to secure a map point. And this meant that Overpass was waiting, with Liquid hoping to close out the series to move on to the final, where they would have to face ENCE to secure another title. And Overpass was very similar to stories to what it's always been like. Nitro, with his solid AWPing on A site, would help Liquid book their place in yet again another final and a chance to solidify their era in Counter-Strike. The stage was set and the teams were ready to battle it out in the United Centre. ENCE had the chance to dethrone Liquid, and Liquid had the chance to build on their era of Counter-Strike and build on why they are potentially one of the best teams to ever touch the game. Overpass would be the first map, and any hope of this being a competitive series was going to be thrown out the window. But this being a best of 5 series, it could promise to be a long one for ENCE, whereas Nitro and Naf came out flying on the first side of Overpass. Nitro having an absolutely insane ace, and then him and Naf combined to close out round number 9 and help Liquid secure a 14 T side. There was some hope for ENCE as they won the pistol, but got reset by Liquid and lost to round 16. ENCE were hoping to bounce back on Luke in it seemed to be some hope, as Ents won the pistol. Just like Overpass, Lakewood's pistol this Lakewood's defense shined and was shooting it only one more round, closing the half out 13-2, and then ultimately winning the map 16-30. This meant that Inferno was the third and potentially final map, and finally Ents did show some life. They managed to score 5 rounds on their CT side, and they have more rounds in that first side than they did in the last 2 maps combined, which meant that finally we might actually have a game in this series on our hand. However, everyone then remembered they were playing Team Liquid, and Liquid, despite having a 10-5 half, did slightly let the game slip away. Despite Twists having an absolutely nuts pistol round, they did ultimately lose the remaining rounds, and it was forced down to a final round where the scoreline was up. They were up 3-0. They won the round and ultimately won the tournament to help them secure the IEM Chicago title, as well as helping them solidify their case as one of the best teams to ever touch the game. And with that, that was your IEM Chicago recap. I hope you have enjoyed this video, guys. I'll catch you next time.